And motherfucker about to get done into the flow in. Man, today we got Final Affliction. The horrifying last minutes of Summer. Myomic and her baby eaten alive by a polar bear. That's one of the most vicious bears, huh? Next to the black bear, right? Or is they more dangerous than the black bear? Let me know. If you know, let me know. But we all that. Alright, here today. I got something stronger than this up in the cup. Then oh, that motherfucker is nasty. Oh, that motherfucker nasty. Oh, that motherfucker nasty. Man, we gonna turn up.
In today's episode, a hungry polar bear stalks an Alaskan elementary school looking for an easy meal. A young mother out for a walk with her baby unexpectedly walks in its line of sight, resulting in one of the most heartbreaking animal attacks of the year. Hit that like button and subscribe right now. This is the terrifying polar bear attack on Summer Myomic and her 1-year-old son. Welcome
I did it right,
Final
Myomic.
Affliction. There are thousands of polar bears in Alaska, but despite this, attacks on humans are incredibly rare. Polar bears are apex predators, hunting seals, young walruses, and even sometimes beluga whales and narwhals. But occasionally they stumble into local communities on the search for food. In the small village of Wales, located on the Seward Peninsula on the western coast of Alaska, tragedy struck in January 2023. The close-knit community of about 150 people were going about their daily lives. The village, the westernmost on North America's mainland, overlooks the Bering Strait. The small settlement is rich in its cultural heritage. It is one of the most isolated settlements in America, a frozen landscape, a tundra of ice and snow. The weather had been terrible for the past few days. Strong winds whipped up ground-lying snow, creating whiteout conditions. The people of Wales were used to this. It was common for supplies to dwindle before planes flew in to restock. Once the entire community ran out of toilet paper, they didn't see a plane or helicopter for 6 weeks.
They started using
that
their
was
hands.
part of the life here. The harsh conditions, but also the magical beauty of the landscape, relatively untouched by man. A wilderness that beckons adventure and the exploration of the great outdoors. Summer Myomic, a 24-year-old mother and a popular member of the community, was braving the elements. She was walking with her 1-year-old son, Clyde Antawasruk. It was January 17th, 2:30 in the afternoon. The pair were walking between the small school and medical clinic.
I thought my time was now, on camera too. Damn. I thought he was calling me home. Fuck. Oh shit. Thank God he didn't. Oh my God. You feel me? That would have been nasty.
There was nothing unusual about the day. The route Summer took was routine and unremarkable, but camouflaged against the backdrop of white was a predator, an apex predator that was top of the food chain. It was looking for a meal. It stalked towards the village. Its paws, 12 inches, 30 centimeters across, and bearing 2-inch claws, trod firmly on the ground. Its lumbering gait was hidden from view by the poor visibility. It was making its way closer to the village. With every step, it was closer to its kill. It was a large polar bear. It stopped momentarily, raised its head, and sniffed the air. Its keen sense of smell had drawn it towards the village. Perhaps the scent of garbage had wafted on the air. Perhaps the smell of food or humans had enticed it inland. Able to detect a seal 1 mile away and hidden under 3 feet of snow, polar bears have an acute sense of smell. They are almost impossible to hide from outside in the elements. Sprinting at up to 25 miles per hour, you can't outrun them. Standing up to 3 meters on their hind legs, you can't fight them off. They are a formidable predator. Summer was just yards from Wales' Kingikmuit school gates when she heard a commotion. The bear had entered the village. Screams rang out as terrified locals made a dash for cover. A house,
He would have found me. I would have left a dookie trail behind me. Not gonna lie, I would have been shitting myself. What? Nigga, yeah, you that close? Oh, yeah. I would have been shitting myself, screaming. Screaming to the top of my motherfucking lungs. Mommy! 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 Swear. A polar bear. What the fuck? A bear in general. Hell, that's why I don't go camping.
Shop a car. Unbeknown to Summer, the polar bear was on a rampage. It chased people as it thundered through the streets. It was hungry. It was on the prowl. When it spotted an easy meal, it made a run for it, its huge, powerful body racing towards unsuspecting residents. But for Summer, who was just passing by the school, she had nowhere to hide, nowhere to run, and the polar bear spotted her outside the school gates. It ran at her, slowly at first, and then gaining speed. Its eyes were fixed on the young mother and her baby. Fearless and powerful, it came in for the kill. In a moment of panic, a moment of sheer terror, children inside the school grounds began screaming. They could see the menacing bear coming in for the attack. It leapt onto Summer, knocking her to the ground. There was nothing she could have done. There was nothing young Clyde could have done. The pair were in the wrong place at the wrong time. They were no match for a 1,500-pound, 700-kilogram bear. Teachers from the school came running outside. They had heard the commotion. They could hear the screams from their terrified pupils and the cries from Summer and her boy. As the polar bear launched its attack, the teachers grabbed the children and rushed them inside. But the bear spotted them. It had made a kill and now it wanted more. It ran at the school doors, trying to force its way inside. The head teacher, Dawn Hendrickson, slammed the school door shut, bolting it from the inside. The polar bear's powerful front paws rapped on the door. Would the door hold its weight, or would it buckle, allowing the bear to enter and wreak havoc amongst staff and students there? They all held their breath, not daring to move, not daring to utter a sound. The young children's faces were a picture of terror, their eyes wide open, their hearts in their mouths, as their teachers tried their best to keep them quiet. Staff locked the school down. They remained silent, listening, waiting, hoping upon hope that the door would hold out, that the bear would leave them alone. They drew the blinds on the windows. The bear couldn't see in. The people couldn't see out. They managed to get word to the community that there was a bear on the loose. A short while later, staff and students heard the crack of a loud gunshot from outside. Peering through the window blinds, they could see the polar bear. It lay slumped on the ground outside the school gates. It lay motionless, still. It was dead. The weather had been so bad that Wales had been inaccessible.
That's
It was a dream to return to the world of Dune. To see Denis bring his full vision.
Strong winds and blizzards had caused whiteout conditions. Lights on the gravel runway were undetectable. When weather is good, up to 6 small planes land on the gravel each day. But this lifeline to the outside world is tenuous. It is often cut when weather is bad. This time, help was a day away. State troopers arrived at the scene the next day. The attack on Summer was a haunting reminder of how fragile life is. She and her young son had their lives ripped away from them in a terrible way.
That's
Until
crazy.
then, locals had lived without fear from attack for more than 30 years. Despite being on the fringes of the Arctic Circle, polar bear sightings within the village are rare, and attacks even more so. The district's chief school administrator, Susan Nedza, described the community as dealing with crippling grief. Summer was a much-liked young lady. She was sweet and kind, a devoted mother. The school was closed to the lessons for the rest of the week, but it was left open as a refuge for those who tried to come to terms with what happened on its doorstep. The school provided meals and counseling for those in need, people coming together at a time of grief. Jeff York, Senior Director of Conservation at Polar Bears International, was shocked and surprised by the attack. When asked to comment on the bear's behavior, he stated that the bear must have been desperate for it to have chased multiple people. It wasn't an opportunistic attack. It was in the village to make a kill, and it would stop at nothing until it had done so. Although immediately north and south of Wales, there is now water at that time of year instead of ice due to a warming climate, there is still plenty of ice close by for the bears to hunt on. It's very unusual for a polar bear to leave its typical hunting ground to search elsewhere. It doesn't make sense. But with less sea ice encouraging polar bears to hunt ashore and more human activity in the Arctic, attacks are on the rise. Community members in Wales developed a polar bear patrol program to keep its residents safe. Unfortunately, this was discontinued due to a lack of funding, a decision that had resulted in a mother and her 1-year-old son meeting their unfortunate final affliction.
That's hella sad. That's hella sad. We gonna drink, boy. We're gonna take a sip of juice. Take a sip of juice for, you feel me, her and her baby. But nah, that shit hella sad though. Nobody deserved to go out like that, especially by no damn bear. That's crazy. And a baby at that. That's so sad. The baby didn't deserve that. But like they say, God got a plan for everything. So that was probably just the cards that they was dealt with, I guess. But if y'all made it this far, like, comment, share, and hit that sub button for your boy. I'ma need that this way. Yeah.